Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be looking at the new White Peach palette from Too Faced. I haven't had a chance to put it on my face yet, although I have done some finger swatches with the shades inside. There they are there, and they're beautiful. I really did. I hemmed and hawed looking at this on the website, and I thought, it looks a little, like a little ho-hum. However, in person, she's pretty. She really is. There are a mix of matte and shimmer shades in here, and then one that I would consider to be more of a topper. There it is there. That's the shade Peach Ice. The note to take home about the mattes in this palette is that they are butter smooth. I have the Just Peachy Mattes palette as well, and I love this, and I really can't say that these shades are dry or these powders are dry, but compared to the mattes in the White Peach palette, they do feel dry. I never once thought of them as dry powders until I compare them to the ones in here. So they are just beautifully pigmented, silky smooth, and I'm really excited to play around with it. I'm really happy with the formulation of them. Another thing to note with the shade selection in here is that there is a mixture of warm and some cool tones in there as well. So it is really a rather versatile palette. The retail price of this is $55 Canadian, so it's going to be less than that in American. I'm just going to stop saying that in future videos. I am Canadian, I will give Canadian prices. Just know that if you're American, you're going to spend less. Lucky you. The packaging itself, it's the exact same size as the Just Peachy palette over here. Also, it smells the same as the Just Peachy, and I love it. I don't know what Sweet Fig Cream is. I have zero idea. It sounds made up to me, but it smells delightful, whatever it is. The packaging itself is very sturdy. There is a very strong magnetic clasp to it. And it also comes with the full-size mirror in case that's of any interest to you. So let's play with it and see how it performs once it's actually on the eyes. I'm going to do this eye first, and then I will come back and do the other one just so that you can see it in action. So I will be back in a second. All right, let's do this. Alright, so to start off, I've applied the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I've set it with Peach Cream here. So to start off, I used a Sigma E40 blending brush, and then went in with Peach Sorbet here, and then applied that into the transition area, and then blended it upwards. And the market green ones. Once that's blended and the pigment is where I wanted it, I went in with the soft dome brush from Makeup Geek and applied Peach Suede, which is just a slightly darker version of what I've been working with. And I put that closer to the crease and also carried it underneath the lash line just so that it sort of halos the entire eye, minus the inner corner. Next, I used the Volair EO7 blending brush. This is fairly new to me. I just got it this week, and I am already in love with it. It's so precise and yet so fluffy. It's great at blending, and it really is precise for crease work, I guess. So I really like that. I went in with, what did I do? I used basically every color in this palette, so with the exception of one. Sorry, Peach Smoothie. So then I went in with Sweet Fig over here. Just picked that up and then just ran it right into the crease without sort of blending it up or down. Just kept it right in there just to deepen things up a bit. Then I just took the domed blending brush again and just sort of softened out the edges between all those shadows. For the lid, I used my Fearless Cosmetics Pro 8E brush and just picked up Peaches and Dreams over here just to lay a base down. So this is sort of a goldy peach color, as one would expect from a peach palette. And just swept it all across the lid. I'm not really looking for intense color payoff here. I just wanted something for the next shadow to lay on top of, just to sort of boost its color up a bit. You could likely get the same effect by going in with concealer or additional paint pot or whatever the case may be, but this was just easier, frankly. And I wanted to put all the shadows to the test. Then I took this dense shader brush from Lottie. It doesn't have a name to it, so I'm sorry I can't share that with you, but there's any number of shader brushes that are like this. It's just got really dense bristles. And I picked up Creme de la Peach over here, which is that nice shimmery tangerine color. And with this one, because I did want the color payoff to be there, I went in and sprayed it with Fix Plus. Any setting spray will work for it, and frankly even water if you don't have a setting spray will work as well. And then I just patted that over basically the inner, I'd say 3/4 of my eyelid. Towards the outer corner. Alright, after that I used another brush from Volair. This is the EO9. It's a really precise pencil brush that still has a lot of softness to it. So it's great for really precise placement and then blending that out. And I picked up on the Grill, which is that darkest shade right down here. I was careful to really tap off the excess. And then I'm using this shadow instead of eyeliner today, so you can see it over on this eye here. I basically went along the lash line and kind of swept it up a bit, so that's what I'm going to do over here. So because I want the shadow to be the darkest on the outer portion, that's where I'm starting with the placement rather than putting it on the inner and then trying to drag it out. I'm putting it along this outer portion. And then once most of that shadow is off of the brush, that's when I'll start sort of winging it out so that it's not a really harsh line out here. I want it to look quite soft. People who can actually line up their wings, I think, are witches. I think it's pure sorcery. I don't think it's real. But the nice thing about using shadow to do it is that it's quite easy to correct. God, I hope that was in frame. So that's basically it for eyeliner and the darkest shade. For my lower lash line, I used the 212 brush from Makeup Forever. It's sort of got the same kind of idea to it, but it's not quite as precise of a tip. And for this one, I went in with Peach Passion, which is that pretty sparkly purple down here. I picked it up mostly on the tip of the brush rather than dragging it onto the sides. And again, really tapped off the excess. And then I applied it really close to the lash line and just kind of did little sweeping motions rather than really buffing it around, just so that it doesn't create any fallout. And I made sure that the two lines here, so that really dark brown and the purple, meet up at the corner just so that nothing looks disjointed. It's always best to avoid poking yourself in the eye. And then just to do some more blending on that, I picked up the E36 brush from Sigma. It's just a really small blending brush, and picked up a little bit more of that peach suede from earlier on in the application, and then just buffed that along the edge of where that dark purple is. Then to add a little bit more sparkle and interest to the lid, I used Glistening Peach here and just picked it up on my finger and patted it across the center portion of my eyelid. For my inner corner, I used Peach Ice on the e.l.f. crease brush. And I also took a bit of that onto my brow bone as well. Then to tone down the amount of shimmer on the brow bone, I went back into Peach Cream here, picked a little bit of that up, and then just swept that across where I had placed Peach Ice. I forgot a step. It's okay, it's not too late. I took that velour brush again, the E07, and went into Fuzzy down here, and used that to help blend out the crease again after applying the lid shades. So overall, out of 12 shades, I've got 11 on my eyes. So I feel pretty proud about that. For eyeliner on my lower lash line, I went in with the Marc Jacobs Plumage, I don't know, everything's in brackets on these things. Just name things what they are. Just call it plum, and we're good. Although it's not really plum. It's like a sparkly purple eyeliner, so I applied that to my waterline. And for mascara, I used the Instant Volume Boost mascara from Essence. It says ready in 10 seconds. You know, smudge proof and intense black. I don't know what really happens at the 10-second mark, but I like the mascara. And that's it for the eyes. I was going to apply false lashes just for shits and giggles, but with the eyeliner just being eyeshadow and being so soft, I think frankly I can just get away with it with just regular mascara. In terms of how the shadows blended, they're beautiful. They are so soft. There's still a lot of pigment, but when you tap off the excess, it all doesn't come falling off. Some shadows that are too soft will do that. You tap off the excess and like nothing is left on the brush. That didn't happen with these. They blended really nicely, especially that darker shade. There was no skipping. It wasn't patchy. I didn't have to really work to blend it. In terms of fallout, I have one piece of little like speck of glitter right here, and another one right up here, and one over here. 3 specks of glitter. I probably have 3 specks of glitter on me at any time. Fun fact, Aspen, born in the hospital, C-section, sterile environment, 8 hours old, she had glitter in her ear. I don't know, I think we just produce it. Perhaps we just sweat glitter. We're fairies. We're fairies. So final thoughts are that Too Faced is killing it with these peach palettes. I will say, I think the peach thing has run its course. Like, this should be the last of it. I don't want to see Peach Tea and Son of a Peach and Life's a Peach and all, like, we're done. We're done. Pump the brakes. That's enough. But I love these palettes. These two, I fucking love them. Oh, I never put lipstick on. Well, I guess it's a little late in the game for that, isn't it? Damn it. Well, we're almost done, so whatever. Lip balm it is. That's how we're gonna roll today. Anyways, that is it for this video today, guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Again, I would love to see what looks you make with this palette if you do pick it up, so let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now, guys. So if you do happen to pick this palette up, I would love to see what you create with it. Please feel free to fuck, man. Yeah, my thumbnail picture. Scare all the potential viewers away.